whistle stop, no nonsense sharing of some practical tips and advice around how to set our health and fitness goals in
We're
2020.
live. We're live.
We are live indeed.
Hey guys,
We are live and rolling, baby.
So it's the Alex and Prash show, Monday night. Here we go. We're a little bit late. We normally start at 9:30. We had a few technical glitches, but we're here. Over to you, Prash.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your regular bite-sized chunk of urban spirituality with the ever dapper Alexander Reid in the house and yours truly, Prash K. So folks, so it's that time. We're into the first week of New Year, and I can just imagine leagues and nations of people across the globe are vowing to never devour large sums of food ever again, never eat a mince pie, never binge again, give up alcohol for dry January, maybe even go vegan. Veganuary. But now is the time, and we thought we'd give you some tips. And in true Alex Reid style, you know that we're not just going to give you cliches. We want to share with you something that you might have heard, but with a fresh angle, or maybe stuff that you haven't heard, and it'll be equally fresh. So with that said, Alex, over to you. And folks, welcome. Bring a question if you have. We'll try and answer it with limited time.
Yeah, guys, incidentally, I'm going to talk for a bit, but I want to do a question and answer. So if people got questions, fire them away. I won't be. I can't see them, unfortunately.
That's all right. I'll bring them up for you, Alex.
But I'll let you answer. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I mean, I'd like to. I've always not been one to want to plagiarize. But if I'm finding the best bits, what I found from lots of different theologies, ideologies, concepts, trainers, people I admire, and I'm putting them all together with my own little dash of Alexander Reid. So, listen, I was a chubby kid and grew up on sweets and chocolate, and about the age of 14, seeing Bruce Lee and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Sylvester Stallone, I wanted to be fit and healthy. And so you might think, because I look like an action man, that this is easy for me. It has taken many, many years. And so I'm very conscious of the fact that I have many supporters who are fit and healthy. I also have many who aren't. So I've trained average Joes trying to struggle to walk upstairs to elite level athletes. So this is something I know about, goal setting. We need to set goals. If you don't set goals, it's like I'm going to say a rude word, you're pissing in the wind. You need to have targets. Now, there's different mindsets. There's people who are real, and you have to decide what is your mindset. Because there's people who are, right, I'm going to be like a proper military strategian here, or an athlete who has to plan. You have a preset determined event in a certain date where you have to perform in whatever guise in front of thousands, maybe millions of people, maybe 10 people, maybe one person, maybe no one. But you have to be accountable in that respect. Yeah. And when you're accountable, the fear of me having all those fights was enough to me to, obviously there's a guy on the other side of the cage or the ring who wants to beat the crap out of me. So that kind of motivates you, regardless of, to get out of bed and put your socks on and achieve your goals. I've got a goal. I've decided to get in a cage. Now, you might not have that goal, but so it might be a bit trickier because you don't have someone who wants to beat the hell out of you. But in the end, it wasn't about me having a fight. It was about actually performing. And for me now, it's acting. I still want to look good for my acting. I know if I'm going to be on stage, I want to look good. I don't want to look for my own ego, and that's okay. And it's in check. I don't want to look out of shape. I want to be more vibrant, more healthy, more attractive.
Yeah,
and
who can say no to that?
It is definitely 100% healthy body, healthy mind.
It was about actually performing.
I preach. The Greeks said that, the healthy body, healthy mind. It's all very well being spiritual and having knowing all your stuff, having a good heart and a good mind, but you need to have the actual vehicle.
Yeah.
We have a vehicle here on planet Earth called a human body. And we want it to be, you might not want to be all lean and chiseled. I mean, I do. You might, but you still want to be able to walk up a flight of stairs. And so, right, what's your method? Now, I like to set many goals all the time. I like to set goals. My current goals are to get stronger and to get more flexible and to actually just walk better. And I'm quite extreme. So I don't expect you to be as crazy as me. But for me, I know this is how I work. This is going to motivate me to actually achieve the goal, because it's good to have smaller goals, which are easily obtainable, and bigger goals. You need both. I mean, let's I'm going to take it away from me for a second. Nicola, my partner, my fiance, we both have a combined goal of having a baby this year. So that has irrevocably influenced everything we put in our mouths, how we train, how we look. We're anal about having a Diet Coke now. And Christmas, for instance, we didn't extremely overindulge because our greater purpose, our greater goal of having a baby outweighs us drinking too much. Yeah, but we will still have a drink. Now, right. For Nicola, she wants to have a baby. I want to have a baby, but I'm going to purely Nicola. She's feeling a bit, we've gone through several cycles of IVF. And when you're on those hormones and medication, it mucks around with your body's endocrinology. So girls generally tend to put on weight. And I almost had a sympathy pregnancy myself. I ended up putting on a bit of weight as well.
Drinking too much.
I think I've got an overlap. Can you hear me okay?
You're good, Alex.
Yeah. So what is the one thing that we can do in our household to stop our New Year's resolution? We both love it, peanut butter. So you are what you eat. I mean, I'm going to move on to exercise in a minute, but we have way too much peanut butter. And Nicola is like a peanut butter monster. If we got peanut butter, I'm like, I can actually ration myself, but Nicola can't. It's like the most exquisite drug to a drug addict, the peanut butter. So we're learning to control. Nicola's goal is to learn how to control. That's a small goal. So to not completely avoid it and not have it in the house, but to be able to control that. And her second goal, these are the small goals, is she trains, and she's not been training because she's got no energy. And so what she needs to do, and we've both said, because we're both trainers and we train people, she waits because she doesn't feel like training in the morning because she gets a bit lazy. I'll train in the evening. I'll do it tomorrow analogy. Well, we know. It's a team effort. She needs to do it then and there. I need to. I give her a pat on the back. Come on, Nick. Come on, get up. Let's go. No, I'll do it later. I'm a bit tired. But now she's realizing she needs to get up and do it there and then, and not put it off. So that's her resolutions. So the big one is obviously has affected both of us. We both want a baby. But the smaller one, this is all about training and health and fitness today, is to not eat so much peanut butter and to train in the morning, because she feels so much better when she does train. She feels more control. It's for me, training has been a symbolic glue that's held my life together in times of stress and craziness. And it is good. I've had so much stress recently. I felt horrible last week, and I went and trained, and there's something about moving. You release, your body produces those endorphins, those chemicals, and it starts to give you more control in your body. So guys, that was Nicola's. I mean, she's a trainer as well, and I'm a trainer, and we had a group discussion, like me and you will have a discussion, Prash. Don't always get it right. We're not always perfect, but it's good to have a good buddy who you depend on. Teammate. Look, well, maybe you should try it like that, because sometimes you can't see the wood for the trees.
Yeah, so let me just chime in here. I'm mindful of time on this live broadcast. We want to give, inject real quick value. So I think recapping what you're saying, Alec, there's a number of things here. There is, and let me just overlay this with my coaching and consulting kind of mindset and experience. I think the first thing that comes up for me from what you're saying is selection. We have to select a number of goals rather than this many goals. It's better to pick 3 goals or 2 goals that we can work on in the first quarter of 2020, like in this first 3 months, rather than 10 goals over the year. The mistake they make is they want to try and get all goals done in a year. Pick just a handful and try those for the first quarter. That's one, selection. The second thing is, as you alluded to, is your motivation. That is your vision. And what we call it in coaching, and what I discuss with my coaching clients is you have to have a vision. So if you have a goal, but the goal is not paired with a vision, then the chances of achieving that goal are deteriorated because you don't have that underlying vision that's going to pull you up.
1,000,000%, totally.
And you just nicely described yours, right? There's a vision. You're going to be parents. There's going to be child coming. So when you trip up, when the going gets rough, you know that vision is going to guide that goal in that direction. So that's the second thing, selection. Second thing is vision. And then the third thing, I think you just hit a very beautiful point, which is selection of the type of exercise that you choose to do and the timing of when you inject that exercise in.
Correct.
Is that's a
1,000,000%, yeah.
Where we are at the moment so far. We'll move on to
So I mean, for me personally, I'm training to get bigger for a film, so I need to myself, and at the same time, I've decided to take on a small goal of having a big, massive fight. So that's kind of a juxtapose. I want to get healthy and fit again, and that's the best way I know I can do that, bar none. I have accountability. This isn't for everybody, but you can maybe try and put this into your own experience. For me, having a fight is the best way I know, bar none, because I have to be fit and healthy in every single facet of my being, my body, my soul, my mind. I'm careful about everything I put in my mouth. Look, you're going to eat a bar of chocolate. You're going to have a drink over Christmas. But the thing is, guys, don't kill yourself for having done it. If you're on a diet and you have one bad day or a cheat meal, don't let that turn into like coming off your diet completely. Just get back on the horse. That's the trick. I mean, you're going to veer off your target every now and again. So I've got a big goal and it's having a fight and it's doing this film, so I've got to put on some size. But they're also synergistic to what I actually want. So that's important because they're things actually I love. I'm a little bit scared and that's okay. And I have many smaller goals. I'm not really a small goal person, as you maybe know. And on my goal to fighting in a cage in September, I've got to learn to basically walk again properly. So after having double hip resurfacing. So every single day, I am. Hello, I've got a little puppy dog here. Sorry, this is Lola. Hello, Lola's come to say hello. Every single day, I'm doing my rehab, which is I can feel my buttocks. It sounds a bit rude. My buttocks are getting stronger because they were getting sloppy, and that because of the big goal for me is outweighing everything else. And I know that's how I work. That might not be how you work.
So let me just interject. I think, again, recapping for everyone's benefit, now we're touching on another important subject, which is not only do we need to select the right goals, the right fitness goals, the ones that are going to be good for us individually, not only
make your heart jump. That's the ones there's no point having goals that don't make your heart jump.
Yeah. So, which means that, a boot camp may not be for everybody. It may mean that the cage fight may not be for everybody. And it may mean that the gym is not for everybody. But don't rule out the possibility that something that you wouldn't normally try might be something that might grow on you.
Yeah.
That is, don't rule out the necessity and the immense benefits that come with stretching our comfort zones. We're human beings who are designed to be stretched. And so we can stretch our comfort zones by embracing something different. as long as we're making a selection that isn't overwhelming. And I think that's your point again. Not everybody, your friends may tell you, run the 5K, run this marathon, do this, do that. But ultimately, as Alex is saying, if your heart doesn't jump at it, or at least if you don't feel sufficiently interested, then the chances are you're not going to do it. So pick something that you're more likely to do. Alex.
But on the juxtapose of that is, I personally, I've been the yes man. I often say yes to things, and why am I doing this? But about 50% of the time, I've actually, you know what, I would never have done this. I've been pushed into doing this. I've actually quite liked this. So, but I've also learned, more importantly, also to say no, which is another talk we had many months ago. It's good to say no, but it's also sometimes try things that you might not necessarily naturally go for. Like, for instance, me and Prash, we've got our mind, body, and spirit retreat coming up in March, 6th to 8th.
Yeah,
you might think, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I run a boot camp. People, I've got lots of people who want to do it, and every single day I get someone messaging me saying, I'm a bit scared about it. Can I do this? It sounds like everyone's going to be fit, and when they come, they love it because it's people having fun. We're being kids again. Although it's very professional and training you to be fit, healthy, move, bend, twist, jump. It's not. I'm more training your mind and your heart. Your people are being like kids again, and that's what people need. And that's what me and Prash are doing on our mind, body, and spirit retreat. We're expanding your mind in ways which you might feel a bit scared. Some things that we do some quite heavy subjects. As we've said before, it can be as heavy or as light as you want it to be. And often what we do is we give the reins over to you to go as heavy as you want. And that you're the one in control. If you want to go heavy, let's go heavy. And that could be a bit uncomfortable. So you might think, oh, that's not for me. But I was surprised on the last retreat we did on the things that I thought was, sorry, I've got a puppy dog jumping all over me. Hello, Lola. The things that we were talking about, which were so, I just take for granted, because I guess me and you are quite heavy people. People found it so liberating.
They did. And I think that's the thing. As Alex says, don't disregard the possibility that you might get something very powerful out of something like this. It just means that you need to stretch your comfort zones. I'm mindful of time. And Alex, I think that what we should do is maybe park it here and do the diet and nutrition part of this goal setting as a separate live.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
I just mentioned this. At the moment, I'm trying to be as healthy as possible. At the moment, we've got something called veganuary. Veganuary. I can't say it right. Listen, I still eat a bit of meat, and I've had some dairy, and I had milk products today, and I thought I was all right. It's okay. I'm not trying to be a big anti-vegan here, anti-meat eater here, because I'd be I'd be contradicting myself. But I generally feel better from having a more plant-based diet. And although I'm not trying to influence people to go meat-free, what I'm trying to say is now wanting to be healthier and feeling the health in my body has actually made me not desire those things. I have nowhere near as much sugar and aspartame, sweetener. I used to love sweetener. I'm looking at I've bought a Diet Coke, and I'm drinking it, and I generally start feeling like it's poison. So that's because I'm becoming more aware of my body.
Yeah.
But there's lots more I could talk about. I'm an expert on diet. If you're really interested in diet, send me a message. I know what you should and shouldn't eat to attain your goals. I'm currently trying to get bigger, so I'm eating a bit more than normal, and I don't like it. I mean, I used to be quite a bit bigger, now I'm quite happy being a bit smaller, and I feel healthier. But because I've got a role where I've got to put on about 2 stone, I'm eating so much food, and I have been eating a bit of meat, and I'm like, every time I eat it, I'm like, I'm having this moral dilemma. But I'm evolving. Rome wasn't built in a day, and
yeah, I think it's progressive again. And I think that's nicely, and I guess, probably that's a good way to summarize this session here, which is, folks, those of you who may have missed the beginning of this, we've talked about a number of things that we could take away. This session has been dedicated to the physical and exercise aspect of fitness and health. We'll do a separate session, as Alex has alluded to, on sort of nutrition and diet for the new year and goal setting. But just the summaries for this is firstly selecting the right fitness and exercise goals for the new year. Secondly, looking at those goals as a 3-month thing rather than a whole year thing, because you're then not giving your mind. Imagine your goals like climbing a 100-step staircase. If somebody said you got to go up that staircase with a rucksack with 20 kilos and you got to run up those 100 steps, a lot of people, maybe not you, Alex, but a lot of people are like, nah, forget it. But if you said to them, well, look, I just need you to get to the first 10 steps. Just get to the first 10 steps. It's good enough. You're more likely to go. So that's why the second tip is, once you've selected the goals you want to work on, as Alex said, look at it as a 3-month thing. Don't look at it as a 12-month thing, 3-month thing. Thirdly, selection of the exercises. As Alex rightly said, there may be some you enjoy more. There may be others you enjoy less. And there may be others that you're kind of on the fence about, but maybe by doing, you'll stretch your comfort zones. Look at those exercises, see if you can incorporate them into your routine. Fourthly, it's timing. As Alex said, Nick prefers to exercise in the morning. So sometimes when our mind and our body we got to look to when our mind and body is most likely to be. A lot of us work in the offices or businesses. When we come home, we're tired. So maybe it needs to be in the morning. Maybe we need to do it after dinner, 2 hours later. Go find a gym where you can go and work out after dinner 2 hours. So work with the timing that your body, listen to your body and work with the timing that it gives you. And don't pay too much heed to your mind, which is always going to want to just try and sit and chill. So the fourth thing is timing. And then the fifth thing, as you said, Alex, is, I missed that one, vision. There's got to be a vision that we tie that goal to. Because if we have a vision of what we want to look like, Alex said, he's got to fit in 2 stones, he's got to be this way. There's a beautiful child that will be coming and manifesting, I'm sure, in due course. So Alex and Nick have a vision that they're dovetailing, that is, they're joining or aligning their goals to. So think of the vision in your life. I think those are good summaries, folks. Alex,
is there any burning questions there?
No burning questions at the moment. It looks like people are still absorbing and assimilating. So that's good. We'll let this information percolate. Folks, we'll do.
I just want to add that, to finish off with, like you said, I mean, although I have these big goals, I've got a big fight coming up in September, and I have set myself lots of mini goals because it's quite daunting. It's still quite daunting. That's I can't just think I'm going to get into a cage
right
in September. I've got many mini goals to be able to get there. So yeah,
mini goals. So yeah, folks, we'll do another session again. If there's any questions that come off the back of this, feel free to throw them in, or we'll bring them to the next session when we go live, and we'll try and cover them off. And as Alex rightly said, during this session, you are cordially invited. I think we have 12 spaces, 6th till 8th of March, Friday, 6 p.m. till Sunday, 6 p.m. 6 till 8th of March.
Just one thing that I've been researching in my fitness journey on how to be a better athlete. I mean, my mind I've always looked on the mind as the number one tool. Now, I'm actually looking at something even more simple. Your breathing, and it involves everything. It's the first thing that we do when we come out of when we're born. It's the last thing we do when we leave this earth. Let's learn how to breathe better and be fitter, healthier, increase your testosterone, become more creative, have more energy. And I'm looking at that. We do breathing on our course, incidentally. And so yeah, all right, guys.
We'll catch you again for the next one, folks. It's been great to have you. Stay tuned and watch out for the next one, and we'll catch you real soon. Alex, thanks as always.
See you later, bro. Bye, buddy.